Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And how bad must you be as a politician when both the Indian Council of Scotland and the Muslim Council of the United Kingdom both reject you? They do not want you to become leader and say that if you do become leader, they will be feared for their safety. It is a stunning indictment of how awful you must be. But then anyone who's looked at your record will see that and see a whole litany of failure in every portfolio you've ever held. And God knows the people of Scotland deserve better. Unfortunately, it's the SNP membership who will vote, and the chances are that you will get the job if your name is Humza Unsafe, rejected by the very people he would have thought supported him. It's not good, but let's look at this report and see what's going on. So here we go. Indian Council, the community won't feel safe if leftist Humza Unsafe becomes the Scottish leader. And there he is, looking adoringly and lovingly at his boss, the woman he admires so much and wants to replace. I love you, Nicola, he's saying inside his little head. Anyway, the Indian Council of Scotland and the Muslim Council of the United Kingdom have said they would not feel safe should far-left Health Secretary Humza Unsafe become the next First Minister of Scotland. And like I say, no one will feel safe. No man, no woman, no child, no dog, no cat, no budgerigar, you name it. Everyone in Scotland, not just the Indian community and the Muslim community, but the whole community of Scotland would not feel safe. Unsafe, a long-standing member of the left separatist Scottish National Party devolved government of Nicola Sturgeon, has shot to the front of the race to replace his former boss after the campaign of his leading challenger, Finance Minister Kate Forbes, was derailed after an interview in which she pointed out that the allegedly transgender aura of women is in fact a man, and defended her Christian belief in traditional marriage. The thing is, nobody is asking Humza Unsafe what his views on the aura of women is, what his views on traditional marriage are, what his views of gay marriage are. Now, the media in Scotland aren't asking these questions. Why aren't they asking Humza these questions? The access media, as we call them, because if they ask the wrong questions, they don't get access. So they have to toe the party line of the SNP all the way out. But they lack the balls to ask these questions. And these questions need to be asked. We're going to lose one candidate because she has these views. Her religion's her choice. Don't care about her religion. Hold your religion. That's fine. Keep it to yourself. Do not impose rules on other people based on your religion. But he's getting a free ride on this and he needs to be asked. Anyway, the remarks were apparently a step too far for her former colleagues in the leftist party, and they have basically left her and dropped her support. So I think it's unlikely she will win the campaign, which unfortunately leaves either Humza Unsafe or Ash Regan. Humza, as we're about to discover, is very, very concerned with the colour of people's skin, and Ash is an independent, obsessed individual who says that everything should be based on independence. Every decision, every vote should be independence based, which means the people of Scotland won't get the government doing the jobs that they need to do, looking after their health service, their communities, their transport, their economy, their safety. None of that. No, it's all independence first, last, and everything. So either of them is going to be a very bad news for Scotland. Anyway, be that as it may, it has seemingly cleared a path for the hard left secretary who oversaw the draconian lockdown rules imposed upon the Scottish people during the Chinese coronavirus pandemic. Unsafe is perhaps best known for the championing of the strictest hate speech legislation in the United Kingdom, possibly the world, and for his infamous railing against the number of white people in top jobs in the majority white country. In fact, were the top jobs in Scotland to be appointed purely as a representative, of the people of Scotland, the population of Scotland, you'd have to fire half the people who were non-white because they are actually massively over-represented. But he doesn't see that because he is an arist. Yes, not that one, the other one, the one with the C in the middle. More recently, and we're going to discuss it now. More recently, Unsafe and his Muslim convert wife sensationally accused a nursery school of discrimination against their child, allegedly over their Islamic faith, while children with white-sounding names were accepted into the school. And they had to drop the case against the nursery because the nursery were following government guidelines brought in by Unsafe himself that dictated that nurseries and schools had to accept children based on the demographic of the country, and they had to be representative of their, and in actual fact, they showed that they were actually over-representing Muslim children. And in order to comply with the law he brought in, they could not accept any more, because otherwise they would be in contempt of the law and could be prosecuted. And this is the law he brought in. He then dropped the case because he realised that he is a dick. Anyway, Yousaf's record of far-left, woke and often race-based politics have apparently left a sour taste in the mouths of some advocacy groups, including the Indian Council of Scotland and the Muslim Council of the UK, both of whom have come out against his candidacy to succeed Sturgeon as First Minister, a position roughly equivalent to that of a governor in the United States. Actually, no, more like a mayor, like an elected mayor of a town. Anyway, in comments reported by the Scottish Daily Express, the chairman and president of the Indian Council of Scotland, Neil Lal, said the Indian community, which is a community of all faiths that includes Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Buddhist and Judaism, would not feel safe with Humza Unsafe as First Minister. Our community is law-abiding, hard-working and proud of our country. Humza Unsafe attacked a nursery publicly and has now walked away without apology. Surely his integrity must be called into question. He stoked up racial tensions in the Indian Hindu community. This is not acceptable. Lal continued, Humza Unsafe has been incompetent in every role he has served, in justice to transport and now health. If he was the First Minister, it would be an economic disaster for Scotland. How can we have such a person as First Minister? The Indians have got it dead right. The Indian Council of Scotland, backed by the Muslim Council of the UK, which is not to be confused with the Muslim Council of Britain, went on to demand that the media press Unsafe on the same questions that were put to Kate Forbes, the ones I mentioned earlier. Are trans women women? Are children outside marriage allowed? Is sex before marriage allowed? Anything less, they say, is giving Humza Unsafe more favourable treatment in the SNP leadership contest and the treating of women candidates of different beliefs at a disadvantage. It is indeed. He is being given this free ride because he's a man and because he's a Muslim. He needs to be asked these questions and more, and difficult ones, by every journalist on the way. We need to put him in a chair, ask him questions and watch him squirm. Squirm on his record, squirm on his opinions, squirm on what he proposes to do for Scotland and for the people of Scotland in the coming weeks. I'm finishing now and I'm coming up. So there you are, a man who has held many portfolios and who has destroyed everything that he's controlled. Your NHS in Scotland is falling apart. The ferry disaster was at his door, and he's overseen the introduction of some of the worst laws anywhere in a democratic state the world over. The man is useless in every way, and he, of course, now is seen as a danger, particularly to those groups who he would have thought would have supported him. He creates problems wherever he goes. Not fit for purpose, not fit to be a minister of state, let alone the leader of the party and probably the First Minister. But as I say, it is down to the voters in the SNP themselves, the members. They get to say who will be leader. But if they choose this one, they will be absolutely signing the end of the SNP. Because if he's controlling that, like everything else he's controlled, it will fall apart. So perhaps, in one way, it would be good to have him as leader. Certainly, from a personal point of view, I would love it, because I could make 1 million videos on the stupidity of one man. So it'd be great for that. But the people of Scotland deserve better, and hopefully they'll get better. Unfortunately, when you look at the choice of the three they have, these three glittery turds, you wouldn't pick one of them, would you? Anyway, I shall round there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Please do that right now. It is great. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Don't give this man the power to rule your life. And goodbye.